Hello everyone, Hobbyist here, back in again with another video, and this time we are covering the rank 3 characters inside of Citadels. The general overview thing is that they go third, so they'll go after any of the rank 1 characters in the Magistrate, Assassin, and the Witch. They'll go after the Blackmailer, the Thief, and the Spy, but thematically, these are all the magical characters and the characters that manipulate the cards of everybody around the table, or for themselves. So let's go ahead and get into that first character. So the first character that we are going to be covering is the good old classic Magician, an OG character since the original publication of Citadels. So the way that the Magician works is that the Magician has the ability to do one of the two things, and this is all entirely optional. Because in comparison to a lot of other characters, this is the one of the few characters that has the ability to do things with the cards in your own hand. Because you have the option of either exchanging hands of cards with another player, or discarding any number of cards to gain an equal number of cards. So basically, switching hands is always a good thing. If you want to trade in cards to get better ones, you have the absolute opportunity of doing so. Another super fun thing with the Magician especially is that if you have no cards in your hand, you can just take cards from somebody else. So you can just basically give them 0 while you collect their 4, 5, 6 cards. So that's something to keep in mind. And she's really great at managing the cards, so I'd say every now and then make sure that you pick up the Magician, because a lot of times she's going to be a role that's very sneaky and not highly targeted, because she doesn't get a lot of gold or generally get a lot of cards, because she's going to be targeting the people who have a lot of cards because they have more options for the Magician to take advantage of. But otherwise, I think she's a pretty cool character. Tired of playing as the Magician? You've just been playing the Magician for so long, you're more experienced, and you want to try a different character, then you can swap her out with the Seer. And what the Seer is able to do is that everybody is going to hold up their hands of cards and randomly have each card taken from the Seer, and it's going to add it to her hand. So if you're playing with 6 people, then the Seer is going to randomly take 6 cards, one from everybody's hands, and add it to her hand. Then what she's going to do after the fact is that then she's going to give each player that you took a card from 1 card from your hand. So basically, you can swap out cards from your hand that you don't want and just keep the ones that you either got, or if you think that the cards that you took from those people were terrible, you can just give every player either their bad cards back or give their bad cards to somebody else. You're basically reshuffling everybody's hands depending on how many cards that you get, essentially. And you can work simply within the confines of the best cards. The second thing that she has that makes her pretty good, and probably the best upgrade in comparison to the Magician, is that she can build up to 2 districts during her turn in comparison to the one that you optionally have for pretty much any other character. The other thing that makes her great is that in comparison to the rank 7 characters is that you can do this way earlier. And sometimes in Citadels, the earlier you can get stuff done, the better that things turn out for you. If you don't want to play with either the Magician or the Seer, we also have the Wizard. When you reveal the Wizard during the roll call, the Wizard has the ability to look at another player's hand and choose 1 card. Either pay to build it immediately, or add it directly to your hand. So gold is going to be very important for the Wizard in that regard. But the key thing to remember with the Wizard's ability is that this isn't going to count towards your 1 build for every turn that you get. So you essentially get 2 builds in 1 turn if you have the gold for it. Or you can just simply take that card and add it to your hand to just kind of hold on to it for later. But this second ability is what makes him really interesting, because the Wizard is the only character in all of Citadels who has the ability to build identical districts. So that tavern rule that I've been explaining in the past, to where you can only build 1 tavern, and you can't build 3, 4, 5, 6 taverns is not applicable to the wizard, as the wizard has the ability to get around that. Sometimes it's just simply easier to build multiple cheap stuff quicker to get to your 7 cities and get those 4 extra points. So ultimately, that's what you got to keep in mind when it comes to playing as a wizard. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.